Saints View, the channel for Southampton content, for a match reaction after Burnley 3, Southampton 0 on the opening day of the 2019-2020 season. I mean, I'm still gobsmacked as the day after I did the trip up, and oh my god, like, I just don't know where it came from. You know, this video might turn into a bit of a rant, to be honest with you. But, you know, let's start with the positives. We go into it thinking, you know, we can get something here. I think everyone was quite confident for a win going into it. I know I was. You know, you look at Burnley, haven't had a great transfer window. Squad's looking average. Then we go into the ground. My first time, I know how much of a tip it was. But oh my god, I didn't expect it to be that much of a tip. Oh no, I'm never going back again. The weather was horrendous, which actually may have played into the game a little bit, but obviously not that much. And yeah, the lineup didn't help. You know, Højbjerg missing through illness, Stevens starting. But then, having said that, honestly, I think Stevens was the best defender yesterday, which says a lot. He was not at fault at any of the goals. He'll always be a scapegoat for someone. People find a way to blame him for some of the goals. But yeah, he was our best defender yesterday. That, I mean, obviously it's like polishing a turd, so it's not a massive achievement for him. But as you can tell my voice, I'm still shattered because it's such a long trip, and the fact that the fans put so much effort in to getting up there to support those players, and to be given that, you know, it happened way too much over the last 2 seasons, maybe 3 seasons as well. And the fact that it's still happening and that they're still capable of being that diabolical, it does worry me. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's going to be another relegation scrap. It's wave goodbye to top 10 hopes, or even top 12, whatever you were hoping for. Because, you know, now that I've calmed down, because I tell you what, last night, I was not happy, and I'm still not happy at all. But, you know, thinking logically about it, yes, there are 37 more Premier League games. I think, but if you're looking short term, you know, with the fixtures that we've got, I do think it may be a case of we may even go into that international break with 0 points. At the moment, I'm praying for 4, thinking we can beat Brighton and get a point against Man United, but that looks really ambitious now. If we're putting in those sort of performances, knowing Saints, we will just put in a performance against Liverpool, and then it'll be happy days again. Everyone would have forgotten Burnley. But it's like I say, it's the fact that we're still capable of putting in that diabolical of a performance that still worries me. Because Burnley just played their game. The weather helped, obviously, but you can't use that as a massive contribution because, you know, at the end of the day, the defending was just at times abysmal, because all they did was play the long balls. All they did was play the long balls, and that's their game. That's how they're still in the Premier League. That's how they managed to stay up, and obviously a couple of seasons ago did so well to get to Europe. It's exactly what they do, especially at home. You know, if we were at home, I maybe thinking there could have been a completely different game. And in fairness, it could have been in the first half. We had 2 good chances, one narrowly wide by Adam very early on, and then Redmond forced a really good save from Pope. But besides that, you know, second half, non-existent at all. A free kick from Bertrand, Warpower should have taken it. Yeah, nothing. So, you know, they need to shape up massively. I put a tweet out saying that, you know, Hasenhüttl's no mug, like the last 3 clowns. He'll have him in training as soon as possible. He will not tolerate this, because it's happened too many times. He's seen it. You know, we saw it at West Ham last year. Okay, it was a French squad, but even up at Newcastle last year, you could say Cardiff. I'm just thinking of all the abysmal away performances. I can't think of them on the top of my head, but, you know, there were a couple even under Hasenhüttl where it was down to the players. Do I think he got the formation and team wrong yesterday? Yeah, I do. And would I have started Yoshida over Stevens? Yeah, I would. But at the end of the day, I think we're too fragile for the 4-2-2. He wanted to play that, but I still think he just doesn't have good enough players, and he knows that, and he has to play 5 defenders because we're so vulnerable at the back. So it'd be really interesting to see how we line up against Liverpool. Probably the same. I'd like to see Danzo come in if he's eligible. I think that's why we've brought him in, and that's why we need to put him in the team. So I don't really know where we go from here. I think what we need to do now is calm down over the next couple of days. It's difficult, I know, especially if you made the trip, and shout out to you if you did. But we just need to sort of calm down, regather our thoughts, realise that yes, there are 37 more Premier League games. It's not me trying to be an optimistic fan or whatever. It's me being a realist. You know, there are 37 more games, and I hope that that's our worst performance of the season, because oh my god, if it gets worse than that, we are in for the relegation scrap again. So yeah, those players really need to shape up. Adam's got no service, neither did Ings really. Valerie looked a bit, oh my god, Valerie, I was really disappointed with his performance. Redmond tried, as he always does, but couldn't really get through against a rigid Burnley defence. I thought Romeo was excellent first half, second half he drifted off a little bit. But the problem we have still is we were good for 60 minutes. It's like Ralph said, we were all right for 60 minutes. But as soon as the first one goes in, we absolutely crumble. And within 12 minutes, we lost the game 3-0. So that just needs to be worked on. So I think we have to be patient, guys, because honestly, looking at the fixtures we've got until the international break, I honestly think we might be getting 0 or 1 point from those. And then, you know, after the international break, it gets a bit easier with Sheffield United and Bournemouth. But, you know, no game's easy, as we can tell from yesterday. And, you know, we're back. We've waited 3 months for that. So, hopefully it can't get any worse than that. So, I'm going to leave it there, because otherwise I'm still gutted. But, thank you so much for watching this video. I'd like to just say special mention for Justin Gladys, who... if you don't know who he is, well, you will do if you're a Southampton fan. He was the PA voice at St Mary's for many years. I think he was going into his 18th year this year. Unfortunately, passed away this week. So hopefully we can celebrate his life at the Liverpool game and have a minute's silence, because it really deserves it. He really deserves it. Big Saints fan, voice of St Mary's. It just won't sound the same. So yeah, rest in peace, Justin. And I think I'm going to wrap the video up there, guys. If you enjoyed it and agree with what I said, give it a like. Let us know your opinion on the game yesterday. Were you up there? Did you, well, you didn't like what you see clearly, but were you up there? Yeah, and where do we go from here? If you're new, also subscribe, follow us on our socials. There will be a matchday vlog coming out if you want to watch it. It's just a couple of clips of us being dreadful. So if you want to see how dreadful we were, stay tuned for that. And I'll see you soon.